Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of the daytime television shows that we're doing is General Hospital. But before we get into that, I'm a little red. I got a little bit sunburned. Today was the half marathon day, and so I did it. I finished it, and I did a 13-minute mile, ended up finishing at a 13-minute mile, so that was a little bit upsetting, but whatever, it'll be fine. It was better than I've actually done in the past, so it's fine. Um, and it was no joke. Like when we started, it was fine, because it was dark out. It was 5 a.m. when we started. FYI, all three races started at 5 a.m. No joke. No joke at all. But it's okay. It's all good. I got through it. And as the sun came out, it really came out, and it was hot as fuck. And the last 3 miles were the worst. Like they were real difficult because it was so hot. Now this year they actually sent out a heat warning to all the runners, which they've never done that before, or at least they haven't when I've been running the race. Maybe they did years ago, but they haven't done it anytime recently. So they sent out a heat warning to the runners, and they had this heat index as to how dangerous the heat is, and it goes green is fine, yellow is elevated risk, red is big time risk, black is total big time risk, we might cancel this race, and I think there's one after it. I think it's like white, and white is we're canceling the race, like it's too hot. So I will give Disney props because they totally hooked everyone up with the hydration stations. Like they literally had one like every single mile. So that was good. So I was definitely hydrated, but I was also still hot as hell. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Oh my God. And as I was, and honestly, I've just been feeling so much stress about, this race and doing, doing the most, so by the time I was running towards the end, because they had, these speakers that were playing music and stuff, and they played the remix of Let It Go, and I totally started crying. Like I just started bawling, and it wasn't because like my feet hurt or I hurt myself. No, it was just because I was an emotional mess and I was a total big baby. But afterwards, my mom and I went to Trader Sam's and got some drinks, and they were delightful. Okay, but that was my day today. So then I came home, and I have been lounging ever since. It's been fantastic. Okay, sorry. I'm tired because I've been going to bed at 6 o'clock every single night these past 3 nights. Yeah, no more. I'm not going to bed at 6 anymore. Fuck that. Because I had to be up at 2:30, so I was like, okay, well I'm gonna go. And I always got all of my rest, so just saying. Okay, so General Hospital, sorry. General Hospital. So General Hospital this past week, it was really cool because we got to see the epic, it wasn't epic, but it was cool, the cat fight between Amy and Maxie. Oh my God, and Maxie slapped Amy. I was like, and God bless Amy because she didn't even hold it against Maxie that she fucking hit her. Obviously we know Nathan's not gonna, because she hit Nathan too, and we know he's not gonna be upset with her. I mean, she's his wife, but I mean, Amy was like, "Fuck you, bitch." I could beat the crap out of you. I wish she would, but whatever. Amy's too nice, whatever. But it was good, even though I'm not gonna lie. This whole rivalry with Amy is because here's the problem with Maxie. This is the problem we have with Maxie, is that we've seen Maxie go through high school as viewers. We saw her grow up. So we would have known if she was a mean girl in high school. We would have known if she was a total bitch. And she kind of wasn't. So it feels like it's a little bit of a rewrite of history to say that she was this horrible bitch in high school. I mean, I'm going with it for storyline's sake and because it means that we're going to get to see more of Amy, who I love. But at the same time, it's like, I really wish they wouldn't have had to, you know, brutalize a character that we know and love already, right? But Nathan came clean and told her everything. And then Quinn It's so weird that there's two girls on two different soaps named Quinn. There's Quinn, who's the publisher for the Man Landers book on General Hospital, and then there's Quinn Forrester on Bold and the Beautiful, and they are completely different. But Quinn, the publisher on General Hospital, played by Jennifer Bassey, who is, FYI, pretty fucking fierce. She, she basically said that, Nathan signed the contract and they can reveal him at any time, the publisher can, and they think that Nathan's identity will be the key to selling books, so they want to do that. They're going to have a big publishing party. So, of course, all three of them, Nathan, Maxie, and Amy, are all freaking out about it, but we'll see how it goes. Another thing that happened this past week was Nelle, right? So, here's another thing that's kind of strange. So Felicia comes back for Bobby, and she's like, listen, my sources found out some dirt on Nelle. So she's like, oh, so we find out that Nell's real name is Janelle, and that's why they couldn't find anything on Nelle Benson, because if they looked for Janelle Benson, they would have found it, and they did. And apparently she was the top suspect in her fiance's murder investigation. And her fiance was this rich guy, and she was set to inherit everything because he signed the will over to her. And then just after that, he goes missing not missing. He actually capsized on this kayak trip and it was a kayak that he owned and only the best for him. So, the plug had been taken out and he wanted, whatever, right? So, and of course, Nelle is the chief suspect, and she didn't get any of the money. I mean, it doesn't ring true to me. Like, I'm sorry, this whole thing with Nelle just seems like it's a storyline to give Nelle something to do. I mean, just like the first storyline with Sunny, okay, and Carly, that made sense, with her father and all that. Okay, I get it. All right, that's cool. But now, this whole thing with the rich ex-fiance, and his family's all pissed off. I mean, it just seems... Because don't you think if I was engaged to someone who was supremely wealthy like this kid was, right? Don't you think I would kind of know how to act around rich people? Right? Because when she first came to town, she didn't know how to act around Michael or Carly or the Quartermains or anything like that, or Nina or anything like that, right? So that just seems to me, it just seems kind of weird to me. Again, not quite sure about that either. So I guess I'll wait to reserve judgment on that. I'll see where it's going. I'm not liking it so far, but we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Hamilton Finn was just on Friday, and he was talking about him and Anna met with Rachel Berlin's father. What is his name? I don't remember his name. Something Berlin. I don't remember. No, it wasn't Irving Berlin. That was a composer. He's a famous songwriter. What is his name? Whatever. The guy that's supposed to be like Bernie Madoff, right? So he, basically said, I don't know where she is, and I hope you find her, because last time she disappeared, she didn't show up until she wanted to show up. But at the very end of the episode, they're like, oh, Curtis has found her. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see how what's going on there. She's not coming back to the show, so, and they haven't recast her, so I don't know. I'm thinking they're probably just going to write her off. Although she's pregnant with his baby. I mean, I don't know where that's going either. Let's see if there are any other stories. Oh, and then, so Sunny, right? So Sunny decides he wants to lead the business. He calls a meeting of the 5 families, and the other 4 families show up, and he says, I'm going to split up my territory amongst you 4. No, the only thing I'm going to ask is that you just keep me and Sunny and Jason and my family and Max. Which, FYI, I'm glad we actually got to see Max. He wasn't, just, someone talking about, Max. It was actually Max. So that was good. That was good. But then this Russian guy named Petrov gets all butthurt, and he comes back and tries to shoot Sunny. Says, "I'm going to take all your territory." Jason comes over and saves him, but then Sam comes rushing in because she's scared to death for Jason. And of course, because she came in, Petrov was going to shoot Sam. So Jason pushes Sam out of the way, and then Jason gets shot. Now, here's the thing. Somehow, this whole Jason thing ties into Franco. And somehow this whole Franco Jason thing is going to tie into Steve Burton coming back to the show. So I'm definitely going to, I'll be seeing how this goes. But I have been, I really like Franco. I would like to see more scenes with Franco and Amy, actually. But, you know, we'll see when those characters finally do. I mean, they have met and they have had a couple scenes together, but they haven't had like a lot. So anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Excuse me. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can hashtag GH to talk General Hospital, or you can hashtag RHOAKL or Real Housewife Shit to talk the Real Housewives of Auckland, because I'm doing that tomorrow. And oh my God, this episode killed me this past week. Just because I'll talk about that tomorrow. And please feel free to hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your inbox every single day. Okay, everyone, have a great night. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.